Welcome to Baby Boy Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. And today we're going to do some work on the Pumpkincaster. Now, I gave a quick sneak peek of this in the video with the US flag Leo Jaymz ST when I was finishing it. So these were the original pickups that I was going to put in this guitar. And the pick guard that I had loaded failed. And now I've come to find out that it was the three-way switch, because I had burned it when I was putting these in. I actually touched the soldering iron to it, actually burned the board. So we are going to put these 15 to 16K bridge and 7 to 8K neck in this guitar. This guitar sounds great, but these pickups are microphonic. This was a loaded pick guard that I had purchased. So we're going to take the pickups out of this and put these in. But first, we're going to do a demo of the guitar the way it is right now. Now, also, I've had a problem with my guitars. The necks, all the guitars that are near the window and the heating vent have fret sprout. And I had filed all of these guitars, and it's a few of them. So now I'm going to be going through and fixing that, making repairs to them. Because even when the fret sprout does go away, when you guys know that I'm moving. If you watch the channel, and you can see the walls behind me are kind of bare, all my stuff is down. It won't be an issue when they come back, because it's just a tiny little bit on the edges, but just enough where it's not the sides, but it's that under portion right here, and it catches your finger, and it's not really super. It's not really super sharp because they've been filed before, but enough that it's aggravating and noticeable. So we're going to take care of that. So please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And let's get to demoing this guitar the way it is right now. All right, so let's demo this guitar. Now I'm just going to do this with my my effects that I normally use. I'm not going to do it clean. So you can hear that. Microphonic, not like hey kind of microphonic, not so bad there, but when you hit that guitar around, so that was bridge, middle, neck as I went through. You'll notice it's a little muddy too, and we're going to change that capacitor like I did in all the other guitars that I've been doing lately. We're going to change that in this too. See, there's that microphonic. kind of the sweet spot on this guitar. And the neck. It stays in tune pretty good too. So I really want to get this guitar up to par. So now let's put it on the bench, do what we got to do, come back, demo it again. All right, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking these edges of the frets down. So I'm just using my flat file and just hitting that carefully all along the sides here so I don't scratch the guitar. And I'm also taking some of that edge of that fretboard because I kind of want to round that out a little bit like I did on this other side. So here's a little rougher right here. And I'm being real careful. I got my finger guiding me here so that I don't scratch the guitar. We're getting there. This is the hardest part down here because it takes longer because you're being careful. Okay, so those edges are pretty much taken care of now. And then we'll still have to do the little corners. So we'll do the rest. Get these pickups out of the way. they say use what you got. Well, I'm using what I got. I don't have one of those nice things that you just go up and down the fretboard with to do the edges. Better angle on this. And that's what we're feeling for. We're feeling up like this here. So now, of course, I'm good up to here. That is to the last 5 frets. Okay, so those are taken care of. All right. So now, I'll take the other file, get in there. And I'll do these edges. Again, being very careful. And then I'll just go down the whole fretboard like that. Again, being careful of the body. Okay, this is that. That part of the body, so that's good. You got to be real careful down here too, because and if you're not comfortable, definitely tape it, because I've done a whole bunch of guitars, as you guys know, and if you haven't, if you don't know, catch up on the channel and you'll see. And once I get past that point where I've got to worry, I notice this side's needs a little more further down on the fret. So now I'll just go down the whole guitar with a nice, and then I'll come back down the other side. All right, but you don't have to hang around for that. All right, so the neck has a good hand again. Smooth. No jagged edges. And the fret edges are actually a little rolled now also. And the frets are definitely still good from when I polished them last time. So we don't have to go through that. But you can see how that edge is rolled instead of that where it's rough on your hand. Very fast neck on this guitar. All right, let's get to the pick guard. All right, so I went ahead and wired in the pickups ahead of time. You can see the wax on these, they're waxed well. I set this up, I've wired everything in. I'll turn it over and I'm going to show you that. But this is our 5/64, 15/64 drill bit. You put that tape around there so you know you're not going too far. And of course, as you can see here, I've drawn out where these are going to be placed, the switches. So I'm just going to put my finger down here and make sure I got those wires out of the way. I'll pull my finger out of the way. I'm going easy because I don't want to pop through and hit anything. There we go. We'll do the second layer. And it should pop through shortly. Almost there. There we go. Okay. Now we want to flip this mess over. We're going to put this right underneath here. Get all that mess off. Try to save a little bit of this mess from getting all over. Of course, we'll clean up when we're done. Make sure we didn't hit anything. We got to rewire. And there we go. Good to go. One hole down. Okay. One done. Now we'll go for number two. So we'll get this back where we were so we don't damage anything. And now again, I want to push the wire the other way. Now, I'm afraid that's going to be too close to that potentiometer. So I'm going to move this over a little bit because I'm afraid that's going to be too close. So I'm going to move it over. So now that I'm feeling underneath there, that should hopefully be okay. So that's where I want to go. So now let's set this on top of everything, get this down in here so we don't scratch the guitar up. And that should clear everything. Okay. And I'll clean that up off camera and we'll install. All right, so I've got these pushed through and I need to find, okay, that's got to go on there. That's got that little kind of a nipple on there to go on that. And now we got to get our screw started here, which is always fun. Intricate. And then we need our 8mm. And I want to make sure that this is positioned right so that it flicks side to side. Okay, so that's going to be the way right there. You'll notice I'm installing this one first because I would need to be able to turn the wrench here. Okay, that baby's on there tight. So that one's in. And then we're going to push this guy back through over here. We got to get this wire out of the way. And we need to, again, get this. We can get a bite. We want this to be side to side, so that's got to turn a little. I haven't installed my ground wires yet because of positioning. So that's something to be concerned with. Okay. Try to get this nut on here. Sorry, I just hit the camera with my hat. Okay, so we got that started. And this is what's giving me the hard time here. This wire, because it's short. It's just the way the wiring was before. So we're going to try to move that. Get that in better. I gotta twist this guy a little. It shouldn't be a problem. Okay, that's where it's got to be to tighten it up. This is going to be fun working lefty. But you can see it's not as easy as it looks sometimes. You kind of got to finagle that in there. Now let's go back to righty. And we want to make sure that this does not turn. Okay, there we go. Tighten down. Good deal, good deal, good deal. We managed not to scratch anything. We don't want that little thing floating around scratching anything. And that'll go here. We'll be good to go. All right, moment of truth. Coil split 1. Works. Middle. Coil split. Good. Good to go. Leave those humbuckers. Oh, let's flip it all the way up and make sure this works. Okay. Works in every mode. All 3 positions. So we've got 3 positions. At the first position, we have 2. At the second position, we have 1, 2, 3. So that's 5. And then in this position, you've got 6, 7 with the coil split. Very happy. But next, we have to put it back together. That's the fun part. All right, so at this juncture, the video's getting long. So we'll come back in another one, put it back together, and do the demo. So thank you for watching BBMny Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think so far. And if you want to see all this stuff that I did in between, there's other videos that I've done that show the complete wiring stuff. We'll see you in the next one. And rock on.